The year was 1983 and the cricketing world was abuzz with the third Cricket World Cup taking place in England. Cricket was still very much a sport dominated by England and Australia, both on the field and in the boardrooms of the Marylebone Cricket Club or the MCC, which controlled the International Cricket Council or the ICC. For most of the cricketing establishment, the idea of India making it to the finals was unfathomable. India was considered an underdog, a team with neither the pedigree nor the resources to stand among the giants of the game. Yet, as the tournament progressed, something extraordinary began to unfold. India had not only advanced past the group stages but had also stunned England, the host nation, in the semi finals. This victory was monumental and it sent shockwaves across the cricketing world. The unheralded Indian team had defied all odds, earning a place in the final against the mighty West Indies, the two-time defending champions. Among those caught up in the euphoria was Mr. N.K.P. Sarve, the president of the Board of Control for Cricket in India or the BCCI. The victory over England had lifted the spirits of cricket enthusiasts back home, and the excitement was palpable. It was in this jubilant moment that Mr. Sarve received a phone call from Mr. Siddharth Shankar Ray, a former Education Minister of India and a president of the Cricket Association of Bengal. Mr. Ray, who happened to be in England on an official visit with his wife, requested two passes to witness the historic final. Mr. Sarve promptly reached out to the MCC to arrange for the passes. To his astonishment, the MCC flatly refused, stating that the two passes allocated to the BCCI had already been issued. More than the refusal, it was the curt and dismissive tone of the response that irked Mr. Sarve. He later wrote in his memoirs that had the roles been reversed, he would not only have arranged the passes but would also have ensured transport for his guests. This slight was more than just an inconvenience. It was a stark reminder of how the cricketing establishment viewed countries like India as second rate participants in a game they had little say in. This incident proved to be a turning point for Mr. Sarve. He resolved to wrest control of the game's biggest spectacle, the Cricket World Cup, from England and bring it to India. His determination was fueled not just by personal indignation but by a larger vision of giving cricket in India and other Asian nations the recognition and respect it deserved. The first step in Mr. Sarve's ambitious plan was to seek the support of the Indian government. He approached the then Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, who, recognizing the potential for national pride and international prestige, gave her full backing to the idea. Armed with the government's support, Mr. Sarve began laying the groundwork for a formidable challenge to the cricketing hegemony of England and Australia. Realizing that India could not achieve this alone, Mr. Sarve sought to build alliances. He reached out to the Pakistan Cricket Board, which, surprisingly, agreed to collaborate. This marked a rare moment of unity between the arch rivals. Soon, Sri Lanka joined forces and the Asian Cricket Council was formed, signaling a new era of cooperation among Asian cricketing nations. The newly formed ACC's first major initiative was to organize the Asia Cup in Sharjah, which was backed financially by a sheikh who was a cricket enthusiast. The tournament's success demonstrated the potential of cricket in Asia and bolstered the ACC's confidence to take on the MCC. Indian cricket officials Jagmohan Dalmia and I.S. Pindra played crucial roles in advancing Mr. Sarve's vision. Their diplomatic skills and strategic thinking became instrumental in the unfolding saga. The next step was to bid for the hosting rights of the Cricket World Cup. The financial proposal India and Pakistan put forth was unprecedented. They offered significantly higher remuneration to the participating countries than what England had ever provided. This was a game changer as it highlighted the untapped financial potential of cricket in Asia. However, the move was met with staunch resistance from England and Australia. The MCC argued that as founder members of the ICC, their disapproval should automatically nullify the proposal. They cited a rule in the ICC's rulebook to back their claim. But Mr. Sarve and his allies were prepared. They countered by rallying support from other member nations, including the West Indies, Zimbabwe, and other associate countries, many of whom had gone weary of the MCC's high handedness. The coalition put immense pressure on the ICC chairman, threatening to boycott the World Cup if the matter was not put to a vote. Reluctantly, the MCC conceded and a vote was held. In a historic decision, India and Pakistan secured 16 votes against the 12 votes garnered by England and Australia. The bid was won, and the fate of the Cricket World Cup was irrevocably changed. The tournament would be held in Asia for the first time in 1987, co-hosted by India and Pakistan. Securing the hosting rights was only half the battle. The next challenge was to find a sponsor for the World Cup. Enter Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, the visionary industrialist and founder of Reliance Industries. Recognizing the enormous potential of the event, he agreed to sponsor the tournament, providing the financial muscle needed to ensure its success. The 1987 Cricket World Cup, branded as the Reliance World Cup, was a resounding success. Matches were played in packed stadiums across India and Pakistan, showcasing the passion and enthusiasm of Asian cricket fans to the world. The event not only marked the beginning of India's rise as a cricketing powerhouse, but also redefined the economics of the sport. By the end of the tournament, it was evident that cricket's center of gravity had shifted to Asia. Today, India contributes an estimated 70 to 80% of the ICC's revenue, a testament to the vision and determination of leaders like Mr. N.K.P. Sarve. What began as a response to a personal slight grew into a transformative movement that elevated Indian cricket to its rightful place on the global stage. The 1987 World Cup was not just a tournament, it was a declaration that the days of cricketing colonialism were over and that the future of the sport lay in the hands of those who loved it the most.